about all these amazing women that were, you know, founding this brand and that were doing these amazing things so that we could kind of get our people, and not just our people, but the community at large, just healthier and kind of really educate us on what's out there outside of big pharma. It just excited me so very much. So I was brought into Wakana by Dan Johnson, and he was very well informed about the products. He was very well informed about the business. He gave me the whole perspective, the whole purview on who and what Wakana was. And honestly, I have to say this, he sold the business before he sold the product. I don't know if that was his intention or if it was how I listen to things, because sometimes we listen differently, right? Some people listen for the product before they listen for the brand, but I listened about the brand first. That meant more to me. And he gave me the whole brand. So that's what got me. And since then, I could tell you, when I'm talking to people about Wakana, I got my own little regime that I got set up. You know, I'm not a morning Wakana person. I got a whole evening routine set up for me in Wakana. It goes in my food. My gummies is like my buddies. So my seasonings. Even my pre-rolls, yep, the pastor do the pre-rolls, yep. Just want to make sure y'all know my hempranium, like all of it. And let me just show y'all, because it's sitting right here next to me. This joint right here, this new bigger jaw, this whole extreme thing y'all got going on, bless my life in a way that I cannot even tell you guys. Even for my married couples, I told them, y'all go get that Cherry Bliss. Okay, so when I say when we present the brand, we present the brand. That's just been such a blessing. So I said yes because of the presentation of the brand. And I just can't say it enough that, you know, when we're out there representing the brand, it's so very important that we're not just educated about the brand, but that we're educated about the industry. Part of what blessed me on the earlier call was all of the information about the industry. I was sitting here taking notes so that it could kind of like advance my language so that I'm more competent in my conversations when I'm presenting Wakana. So I said yes because it was sold to me properly. And
wow.
And that just blessed my whole life. So
awesome. Thank you so much. I know you are so busy with so many different things. So we really thank you for getting on not only earlier, but this call too. So absolutely. Thank you so very much. So all of you guys who think your pastors don't want this, hey, you better ask somebody. She just told you. You got it right here. You got evidence. And so before we go further, I want to bring someone on. Been hearing from ladies. But this is a gentleman I had the pleasure of meeting over a year ago now. And he and his wife immediately was visiting Chicago, decided to come to an event that we were having, got involved, came in full force, but it took them a minute to get back re-engaged. But when they got back re-engaged, oh my goodness, they are just the epitome of when we want to share something to change our community, because we want to change the whole family. So Mr. Fred Shelton, guys, Fred is doing me a big favor, because usually his wife, you guys hear his wife all the time, but I said, Fred, I want to hear from you. So Fred Shelton out of the Missouri area, I think near St. Louis, could you please say why you said yes to Wakana?
Good evening, Phyllis. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Phyllis, for giving me this opportunity. You're right. I am the soft-spoken one of the family, so bear with me as I get through this. But as it was presented to us with the 4 pillars, the principles of the 4 pillars, it just made sense to us. It resonated within us, soul and spirit. So, you know, talking about freedom, financial freedom is something I'm looking forward to, something I would like to take advantage of. I'm getting a little bit more seasoned now, so I'm getting close to retirement age. So I would like to be able to maintain the lifestyle I've become accustomed to once those retirement years come upon me. Talk about wealth, You talk about health, again, like I said, getting more and more seasoned. So taking the product, and the product does work. I've had some issues with my knee previously, but taking the tinctures twice a day, giving the Dr. Rita's rub, those types of applications have been very helpful to me. Also, as far as legacy, Phyllis referenced family. My wife and I have 5 kids. They're all grown now. They're all out of the house, but the decision was made, and through conversations with them, presenting the business to them, we actually brought them in as business owners as well. And we also purchased founders packs. So the goal is to not only have myself and my wife set up for financial freedom, financial abilities, but also our family, our kids, and hopefully their kids as well. So it's something that we gave very serious thought to, and very excited about moving forward and progressing within the business.
Awesome, awesome, Fred. You know, I really take my hat off to you, because I know that's not your personality to do public speaking, but you delivered a message that people need to hear. And you are right. Not only are your children involved with their own business, but they are also founders. And some of you guys don't know what that is, but you'll hear a little more about it later. And so at this time, I want to go on and get the presentation started. And hey, I got a surprise tonight, you know, and I do spontaneous stuff. So if you ever are with me, you know, it might not go as planned, but I got Minister Mooney on, and I got Pastor Dan on, and guess what? I'm going to let them brothers do their thing. I'm coming in between, but I'm going to let them take it away tonight. And so let me change my screen. All right now. And so I'm going to do him justice. I'm going to introduce Minister Mooney, someone that came into the business in the very beginning, shortly after we founded the company, and just was such a coachable young man. Found out that we had born under the same sign. I knew I saw something in him, and we are such kindred spirits. And so, I mean, but this young man, if he is not hit diamond, he is like sneeze and he's there. And he is leading the team, building a phenomenal team all across the country. And I just want you all to give it up. God can only hear me, I think, because you can hear me. Give it up. He is now an emerald, but I haven't checked in the last couple of hours. He will be knocking diamond down any second now. And without further ado, I'm going to give it to you, Minister Mooney.
Well, praise God. Wow. So if you guys don't know, I appreciate humble beginnings. What you probably can't tell is I experienced that I had anxiety through Winkana. I realized it. And it was actually through situations like this where our chief sales officer, as beautiful as she is, she would be like, hey, guess what? You're doing a presentation tonight. And all of a sudden I'm sweating in bullets, right? But I love that she actually would push me, you know. So she was that one to grab me by the hand and grab me by the collar. And prayerfully, I'll do her some due justice tonight. Yes, but we are Wakana. And what we are is the crown jewel of CBD. So you all, I wasn't really looking for Wakana, but by Eric Strickland, organic exposure, because I was looking to get in the cannabis industry. As a minister, and I heard my woman, the sister guy say also, you know, very unconventional space. But it's places like Wakana where we learned a different culture about the plant, which is just amazing to me. So now here is the CEO's son, and as creative as he is, you wouldn't realize that he deals with anxiety, or he have dealt with anxiety. But through our products, he's able to explore, fly real high. And this is a video that he actually presented us with for Wakana. So check it out.
Just one time for your mind. For this flight, you were just in time. For Wakana, we about to hold it down. The crown jewel, come and take a look around. Just one time for your mind. For this flight, you were just in time. For Wakana, we about to hold it down. The The crown jewel, come and take a look around. First off, the products honestly gon' speak for themselves. If you would just hear me out, I'm trying to bring you the wealth. All her selfish to me, to try and keep for myself. We bout to run out of stock, ain't gonna be nothing on shelf. And cannabis came with struggle from up and down, right and left. They built us so many prisons and threw my brothers in there. You know this market is hot, it's like an oven in here. Before you turning me down, ask yourself, how do you feel? Let me know. It'll all be over. Tell me how you feel. Let me know how you feel. It'll all be over. Tell me how you feel. Let me know how you feel. And we won't have to cry no more. Back pain in my crown. And we won't have to cry no more. It'll all be over. Tell me how you feel. Let me know how you feel. And we won't have to cry no more. Back pain in my crown. And we won't have to cry no more. It's been a long time coming and a long way to go. You gotta catch up with the plane, cause it ain't moving slow. So keep up, we in the sky, you just gotta reach up and see what the talk is all about. It's not just word of mouth, the spark of flame, we on fire.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now you can tell
Just
we really have a good time, a great time. And when you hear Tyreek sharing about the industry, sharing about the culture of Wakanda, sharing that we no longer have to deal with pain. Because pain is something, unfortunately, that we all have experienced, especially in our community, and especially concerning this plant. So, but when you look at the signs of what's been happening over the past year, ever since the Farm Bill to December of 2018, and even a little bit before that, the signs have been showing us clearly that there's something happening with this plant that we needed to be involved in. So you see here, John Banner, former Speaker of the House. What made him want to actually start supporting cannabis, right, after totally being against it? Well, I tell you, he saw the signs and got on the board and sat there on this board of a company, Acreage, that sold for $3.2 billion. Would you believe that? So when you look at this industry and you look at what's going on, it sparks a curiosity. So let's share with you why. Next slide. Because the lines are long, y'all, and the money is there. So when you look to the left, you see that people are lining up for one or two reasons. Either they're lining up to be consumers or they're lining up to get a piece of the pie. Now, what's unfortunate is that most of us don't have millions to invest in this industry. If you're like me and come out of, say, the west side of Chicago, or a family that's a household that only has talked about 5 figures, then you would pretty much understand where I'm coming from. Like, we just don't have that type of money. And the industry hasn't been very friendly to us to, without all the red tape, to allow us to have a piece. I don't read Rolling Stones magazine, but maybe you do. But have you heard that CBD is a booming industry? So the buzz around town is that it's a white-only business, right? But I'd say that it's everybody's business. It shouldn't have a label on it saying that it's white-only. It should be a culture and a plant that everybody can enjoy. Why? Because it's the right industry. And when the 2018 Farm Bill was launched that I mentioned earlier in 2018, that meant that everybody under the as you see, the banner or the flag of the United States of America had the opportunity to be a part of it if we chose. But there were only one company that I know of that was saying, you know what, Willie Mooney, Minister Mooney, we have something for you. And not just a paper receipt. Wakanda was able to show me, right, the revenue that was actually being generated in CBD and in the industry. And the numbers match. When you look at 2019, this industry, or Wakanda's revenue, this industry particularly was started at about $7 billion. And by 2024, this industry is projected to make about $20 billion. Who would say that they wanted to be a part of that? Who would say that that's a rapid growing industry, right? So CBD is a market that I think has been a little ignored, but we have seen it in the city, in the convenience stores, liquor stores, and gas stations. So what makes ours different? The certificate of analysis, having cannabidiol, right, that's premium, makes us the difference, right? And also identifying and being taught by Dr. Rita McGuire, or our Chief Advisory Board, that there are over 100 plus cannabinoids in the plant. Would you believe that? Is this your first time hearing that? If it is, we got a lot more that Wakana wants to share with you about this plant. You see, delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol, and I learned that through Wakana. I didn't know how to say that before, but Wakana has been able to teach us that THC is that psychoactive part of the plant that has a high level of dopamine. Doesn't mean that it's all bad. It is what it is. It's just one of the cannabinoids though. But when you look at THC and you look at this next chart and you look and you see, well, THC is that ingredient in the plant that's non-intoxicating. It stimulates the receptors in the brain and helps regulate pain, perception, anxiety, and it can address a lot of medical issues like anti-inflammatory and offer pain relief. But when you look at this next slide and you wonder, how is it that it's able to do all that? It's because we have an endocannabinoid system. And this endocannabinoid system, I say, is a system that obviously was put in us by God to identify that, you know what, the body needed to be in balance in the case that something happened with you to knock the body out of balance. Would you believe that your body actually produced 2 cannabinoids, 2-AG and amandamide, and your first sign of having a cannabinoid was through breast milk? But look at the receptors. The brain, the heart, the teeth, the stomach, the skin, the bowels, the kidneys, the liver, the lungs, and the eyes. And they act like little cups all around your body, just waiting for cannabinoids to be filled. Because maybe you've been like me. I'm a cancer survivor and I've been nipped, I've been tucked, I've had chemotherapy, I have had radiation to the brain, I've had prednisone, and there's so many things that knocks the body out of balance that you could be like a Pinocchio. But that endocannabinoid system is sitting right there, ready to bring you back into balance and homeostasis. Next slide. So now this is real powerful. If you think I'm talking mumbo jumbo and you think I'm only talking Wakana talk, well, check this out, because this actual video will show you, and you can hear from doctors that are not part of us, but that are speaking the truth regarding this plant and cannabidiol and delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Check it out.
Hello, my name is Dr. David Allen. I'm a retired cardiac surgeon and a member of the International Cannabinoid Research Society, ICRS. That means I'm a cannabinoid research scientist. And I'm here to tell you about the discovery of the endocannabinoid system, the ECS, and the significance and how it will change medicine. And we discovered the endocannabinoid system about 30 years ago, and we really didn't understand the significance of its discovery. And so we found out that this is a chemical communication that your body has. It's not electrical, it's chemical, and it's kind of like the hormone systems that people are familiar with. And your body makes these cannabinoids. They're endogenous, so they're endocannabinoids, and they perform some miraculous functions in the body. And we're just learning the significance of these functions. And basically, the endocannabinoid system is responsible for homeostasis. Most people don't understand what that really means, but it's the body's ability to maintain itself and function in the proper environment. And so it's critically important that that doctors in the future understand this control mechanism. And we're finding out that that manipulation of this endocannabinoid system will control diabetes. It controls cancer. It controls whether you can survive a heart attack or stroke. And so this is critically important for doctors to understand this new science. And the discovery of the endocannabinoid system is the single most important medical scientific discovery ever, and will save more lives than the discovery and application of sterile surgical technique. And I'm a heart surgeon saying that. So hello, my name is Dr.
So if you heard Dr. David Allen correctly, He said more people would be saved by the manipulation of the endocannabinoid system versus sterile surgical technique. What does that mean, Minister Mooney? That means there's a chance that by trying some of the products that you see on this screen, which is cannabidiol, right, and some of the other cannabinoids, that you can actually lend yourself to physical therapy, working out, stretching, and all of these different natural techniques versus allowing somebody to cut on your body. And that's the Minister Mooney way of saying that. But anyway, what you're looking at here is our brand, right? That the young lady mentioned earlier, the very attractive brand. When you see the crown, that represents us. But to the left, you see power, and to the right, you see pure. So what does that mean? That means power has that 0.3% of THC or less in it, and then which is full spectrum, and broad has that 0.00 practically undetectable THC in the white label or broad spectrum. That means that for those who are concerned about random drug testing, maybe you're a truck driver, or maybe you work for a company where they do random drug testing. Our topicals and our pure brand has that undetectable THC that you normally would worry about. Next screen. And then when you look at our beautiful products, we have products from culinary oils, from, tinctures,
yeah, both of them.
Spices. I tell you,
Okay, see.
like this. Somebody like myself, if you noticed earlier, I was tremendously nervous.
Gia, I need you to mute yourself out.
But
Gia,
because I
thank you.
had this
Okay, wait, I muted Mooney out. Oh, Lord. Minister Mooney.
You muted out. You muted out, Dr. Mooney. We can't hear you. You was getting down, though, the way your hands
love y'all so much. But I tell you,
I'm trying to protect you from somebody else, and I muted you out. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What they were hearing me say is, you know what? Back in the day, if we was in a dispensary in that little small space and people was walking around, if I didn't have this, oh my God.
I know.
But praise God. All to say, you all, our products are phenomenal. What you're looking at is a brand that's very powerful, is premium. Our products are third-party tested. Our products are not tested, and when we say third party, that doesn't mean that we test them in the place that you see in Bronzeville, 411 East 35th Street. No, we send them out to a premium place that allows for testing to go on and for them to tell us not just what's in the product, but what's not in the product. For heavy metals, vitamin, what do they call vitamin E that people were finding in their oils that
Right.
it would doing harm, pesticides, just so many things that can harm your body. So when you shop cannabis or cannabidiol, don't look at it from the convenience store, liquor store, gas station. You don't know what you're getting. And if the guy's walking down the street saying he has something that'll help you and he's giving it to you out of book bag, those days are over. But now you look at somebody like Michael. I'm very fond of Michael. Michael is somebody who saw my beard. It's a little scraggly right now, but it's thick. And it's thick because of this hemp-powered hair oil right here. I'm a cancer survivor. So what I share is that I did go through, anybody who's seen anybody who goes through cancer, right? Our hair gets thin because of the chemotherapy. Well, my beard and this bald head, I'm not growing this back, but this bald head and this beard it was an outcome of that. But because of hemp-powered hair, I've been able to change that story. Michael was dealing with male pattern baldness. But when you look at Michael in the bottom right part of this picture, his confidence, he had his head down when I first met him. Now you can't tell him nothing. And he's a beautiful young man. But I tell you, he's talking about twisting his hair in locks. Who does that? What product does that? Hemp-powered hair. So check this next slide out. Once again, we have proprietary blends. So our chief medical advisors and our team of experts make product and design product and compilate product that fits our needs. So you hear about a lot of different companies and you read the labels and you see the commercials that say, well, this product can cause this and this product, or maybe the, let's say some products that address hair is not our hair. Now, I'm not discriminating against anybody, but I will discriminate about reading the label that says this product can cause death. And we still consume it? What sense does that make? Anyway, I'm rambling. Okay. But our certificate analysis is, this is what protects you, not just what protects the company. But I've had, honestly, truck drivers who were going in for random testing, and it felt very good being able to call or go to our website and follow up with a call to our compliance department and say, you know what, can you do me a favor and send me that certificate of analysis because I'm nervous and I need it quick for these truck drivers. And they be able to walk in there, you know, with their, before they take that test and say, hey, this is what I've been taking, and it has no THC in it. So just, but to give it to them, and then they come back happy and triumphant and still being able to enjoy what they do is drive, that's amazing. Only a certificate of analysis can make a person feel that comfortable. Next slide, please. But as I mentioned before, why you should shop with Wakana? Because we have an organically grown industrial hemp. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Where do you hear organic, affordable, premium? You don't get that at Whole Foods. You don't get that, right? The highest quality, third party, and the 30-day money-back guarantee, GMO, non-GMO, right? Where do you get that? You don't get that anywhere else, right? That's talking about taking care of you, but Wakana. Next slide, please. I love, love, love our doctors, but I'm going to bring back Miss Phyllis Nash, our Chief Sales Officer, because I know she has, if she brought me up and I'm sweating bullets, I want to see this next person who's coming up after me. And I have a feeling I know who it is because I can see her smile, so I know she set her up too, right? But praise God. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have a feeling I know who this is. So Phyllis, back to you. I love you.
I love you back, but I didn't set anybody up. I'm gonna do the next. I'm gonna do the next part. But before I do, I would like to stop sharing my screen and get some testimonies of people that are here. You know, you hear about these phenomenal products, but I want you to hear some amazing testimonies of people that are using the products. And so now this part, you are right. I'm going to bring up, one person knows that they're going to be called, but two people. But I'm going to bring up Cheryl Johns, someone that I've been working with and have known now for quite a few years. We've been in other businesses together, but this is the one we winning in together. And I'm so excited to bring her on. Cheryl, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to unmute you and ask you to unmute yourself so we can hear from you. There you go.
Okay, hello everybody. Can you see me?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure they see you because I'm gonna put you on spot.
Oh man, Cheryl, she gonna spotlight you.
Okay, take it away, Cheryl.
Okay, well, I can't see myself. I see Shawana's Thomas name on there. But anyway, I got into Wakana 2 years ago. Okay, I started using the Hempranium hair. And everybody that knows me knows that I have short hair. The reason that I got into Wakana because I've always done health and nutrition, and I believe in living a quality life. I did 30 years with the federal government. I'm retired. I've been retired for 3 years. So I wanted to do something with health and nutrition. I love Wakana. I love it. I love all of the companies that I've been in, but I love this one the most. This one, I made money with it, and I can see, you see how my hair is grown? Everybody that knows me knows that I have short hair. I always kept my hair cut short. This does not happen overnight. You have to be consistent. You can't just buy it 1 month and say it didn't work. I have been using it for over a year and my hair is grown down.
Yes. Yes, that's amazing.
Is my hair. It is. Because I keep my hair braided because I'm a Zumba instructor also, and I like to exercise and work out. And it's just too unbearable with it flying all over the place. So the product does work. It worked for me. You got to try it for yourself. Also, one more little thing.
That's fine.
My husband was in a nursing home. He passed away last month, but earlier on, I did give him the gummies. And one day, his psychiatrist walked in and said, I don't know what has happened to him. I said, I gave him some CBD and they don't know it. He said, keep doing it, because he was starting to talk again. And he had stopped talking and he didn't know who I was or anything anymore. But it just got to be too much, and he passed away last month. But it does work. I can attest to it. It works.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Cheryl. I'm so glad to hear from you. Now, this young lady does not know I'm calling on her. So I'm sorry, Felicia Clark, but girl, I know you are always up for the challenge. So hey, let me hear from you, Felicia.
And a line of products that she can infuse water with. She started her own CBD water company.
Felicia,
so it's ways to
look. She is actually doing
you don't have to have a dispensary. Just buy a bulk of product and do your own thing with it. You can,
Felicia,
come at this in a lot of different directions. You can buy shares and be done, and just sit back and let your shares do what they do.
I'm gonna let her keep working.
Yeah, so it's ways to do it.
Felicia.
I like the day-to-day of it. I like having
Felicia!
I like waking up and looking at my
hey, yo, Felicia!
To see money flowing in there. People been buying products while I was asleep.
Hold
on. I like that. I kind of dig that.
Felicia Clark.
At first, it was kind of upsetting because
I need to call her on her phone.
Family members.
I am.
And they just like, yeah, nah, I ain't interested.
Phyllis, you're muted.
Like, what? You ain't interested in owning your own cannabis company? No.
Phyllis, you're muted. You're muted, Phyllis.
No.
Okay, Shawana, before you go, I'm going to ask Dr. Conti. And so that's my lesson, guys. I can't call on people if they don't know it. So I learned my own lesson. But I'm glad she's selling her business right now. So go ahead, Felicia. But Dr. Conti is out there. And Shawana, you got to mute yourself for a minute. You're unmuted. I want Dr. Conti to come on for a minute.
I'm here, Phyllis.
Okay. Could you share and introduce yourself? I'd love to. First of all, let me introduce you. Dr. Conti, I haven't checked your numbers either. Last I checked, you were Ruby, but I'm thinking you might be Emerald by now because you and your team are doing such a phenomenal job. And Dr. Conti, I know you are a doctor of psychology working in the addiction area. Help me out.
I am, Phyllis.
Okay, well then can you please take it away?
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. I always love the opportunity to share. Thank you, Phyllis, for the opportunity. Yes, I am a psychologist. I work with individuals who are heroin and cocaine addicted. That is my primary function, but I absolutely see people who have certainly indulged in other areas of substance use, and it has been a very rewarding career. That is not what got me connected with Wakana. Some would think that that is what would kind of get me on the line to get with Wakana, but that wasn't it. Actually, it was due to a personal impact in my family with someone having a memory disorder. And it actually was amazing when I looked at some of the literature and some of the documentaries that talked about memory disorders and what CBD could do, and not just what CBD in particular could do, but I had to find a company that was going to produce a product that was going to be premium and that was going to truly be effective. And I found that in Wakana. When I absolutely found an opportunity, I ordered the products for this person who I'm actually with right now. It's her birthday. It was my mother. And we found these products, and not knowing what was going to happen, because memory disorders was not my expertise. Substance use is. But nevertheless, after looking into it and seeing what it was going to do, we looked into Wakana, and I'm telling you, our lives just changed. Myself, my dad, my sisters, we just found that this was something that was going to truly be an alternative option for her. And it wasn't something that I was used to. I just didn't know that it was going to have that level of effect on her, but it did. And so we are forever grateful. You know, a lot of times when we look at CBD products, we're looking at, okay, it's going to assist with alleviating pain, and we're looking at it, you know, helping individuals to be stress-free. But I tell you, what it did for us was helped her to.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, and Dr. Conti, I gotta unmute yourself again, Dr. Conti. I had to mute everyone out. I don't have a problem.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So while we know that CBD is absolutely helping individuals to alleviate pain, we're absolutely seeing that it's helping people to relieve that anxiety and definitely reducing stress. But to see it help someone who is suffering from a memory disorder was just absolutely mind-blowing to me. And because of this, I'm able now in a position to not just help my mother, but to help other mothers, to help other sisters and grandparents and children and siblings and so forth. And so thank you very much, Wakanda. I tell you, you four ladies are amazing. And thank you, because our lives are forever changed.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so very, very much. And so I'm going to get back to our presentation. Again, my name is Phyllis Nash, and I am one of the 4 co-founders as well as the Chief Sales Officer at Wakana. And doesn't our part of our medical board look just phenomenal, just awesome, headed up by our own Rita J. McGuire, a 30-year OB-GYN here in the Chicagoland area, having delivered over 8,000 babies. Dr. Rita was asked to go to Springfield before they passed making recreational marijuana legal here in Illinois to testify. She was one of the first doctors to have opioid exchange, opioids to CBD or marijuana, medical marijuana. Just phenomenal in her knowledge of what's going on in the world of CBD and cannabis, and she heads up our medical board. And then we have Napasha Gettings, our own. She is a psychiatrist both for adults and children. She was a Chicago native, but she left us and went to Florida. Who can blame her? But she's a phenomenal young woman using this, helping people get better results in their lives, both in their health and their wealth. And then none other than Dr. Joy. I've seen this young lady grow up. She is a pharmacist here in at our Cook County Hospital with a young daughter and husband, specializes in essential oils, and just married that with CBD, sharing these good things with all the people that she knows. And so we have, this is only part of our medical board. And so guys, we've talked about the industry of cannabis. We talked about how it will be hitting 20 billion by the year 2024. Now my question for you on the line is for the guests. How many of you would want to share in some of that $20 billion, especially since our community was the one who was in the war on drugs? We want to claim our share of those multi-billions of dollars. Now, another industry that we have married CBD with is the industry of direct sales, or MLM, or network marketing, or social selling, whatever you want to call it. But did you know there are 16.5 million people here in the US experiencing that industry? And that industry did $35.4 billion in US retail sales. Now let's step back a moment and think about what we are living through right now. We're living through a pandemic, guys. We're living through people not knowing where their next paycheck is coming from, where their next meal is coming from, how they're going to pay their mortgage, how they're going to pay their rent. They've lost jobs. They have lost insurance. They have, so, I mean, this is a time now for people to say, hey, they got to pivot. They got to pivot and make decisions differently than what they have all the time. We are now sitting at home, sharing an opportunity where people can become healthier without any side effects and wealthier, because everybody, as Dr. Minister, hey, that's what I call him, Minister Mooney says, you know, everybody has an endocannabinoid system. So everybody is looking for CBD. We married the industry of cannabis and MLM together. That equals game over, guys. So Wakana is huge on customers. Our customer to distributor ratio is 1:6. That is amazing, because we know any business, I don't care what business, any business, customers are the lifeblood of the business. And so we welcome distributors, but we already know when we talk about these products and people buy them, everybody doesn't want to be a distributor. If you do, the opportunity is there, and the opportunity is huge. But when a customer buys your product, you know that you got somebody getting results, and they love that product because it's working for them. Not that there's a financial gain attached to it. They go in, they order the product, they get the product, and guess what? They can sleep better at night. They have less pain and anxiety. They have no sciatica, lupus. I can name the lineup of testimonies I've heard, and people get better results because they're taking products that bring value to their lives. So, hey, here at Wakana right now, we allow the average person. You see these four ladies, including myself, we decided that we wanted our community to be able to participate and to have generational wealth. You know, we used to have legacy. We used to have wealth. Our great-great-great-grandfathers used to hang over our fireplaces. And guess what? That doesn't happen anymore, because great-great-great-granddad never left any generational wealth. It's time for us to take that back and turn things around. And so we're housed in our office, our dispensary is at 35th and King Drive. That's in the heart of Bronzeville, and we stand on the shoulders of giants. This building housed the first African-American insurance company, Supreme Life. And so that's where we're located now. And we're going to do that legacy justice, guys. And so here we are, the crown jewels of CBD. And together we have more than 100 million in combined sales. Our chief medical officer, which I talked about a few minutes ago, Dr. Rita McGuire. Our chief financial officer, Dr. Patricia Van Pelt. Not only is she our CFO, but she's a third-term state senator here in Illinois. And she is our pillar of wealth. Not only are we showing you how to get wealthy, but to keep that wealth. And then there is our CEO, Melissa Boston, the visionary behind Wakana, the one that makes the wheels turn, that we all try to keep up with. Yes, she has the vision, and this is what we're living right now. And then myself, I'm the CSO, a lifelong entrepreneur. I just knew I was going to be late every day. So it wasn't even any sense in me working for anybody. But I knew once I made up my mind, I would do a great job. So I have been an entrepreneur in the real estate, in the restaurant, and in the travel industry. And now I'm here at Wakana, so excited to serve. And so we don't only bring you a great business to get started, but we show you how and keep having systems in place so that can be duplicated. To become wealthy, have a system creates wealth. You see, McDonald's is a McDonald's and it tastes the same, whether it's in Alabama, in Florida, in New York, in Japan, in Africa. That hamburger tastes the same because why? They have a system. And so that's what we are creating with our Success Academy training. You see our VP of Training and Development, Coach Dan Johnson, heads that up. Again, all kinds of things can be learned. When you put things in systems, people can duplicate that over and over and over again. And so in our community, we want to empower our community. We have African-American youth working with us, over 20 people that normally would not have been employed, are employed by Wakana because we believe in empowering our community first. And so from July 2019 versus 2020, we have grown 162%. And this only went up to July. Guys, it's been uphill ever since. The pandemic has never slowed us down because we truly are an essential business. Our revenue through the pandemic has gone up, as you see from the chart right here. And so we are the right company. You are at the right place, and it is absolutely the right time. When we got started back in 2019, we did 1.3 million our first year, and that was growing organically. And for the first 6 months, we didn't even have a website. 2020, we are trying to finish this. Our goal for that is 5 million. And then 2021, we can see 20 million in our horizon, guys. And so Wakana is definitely the crown jewel of CBD. And so before I introduce the next person, I just want to see if one person is out here. Okay, you've heard about how the business has been for people as far as how the products work. But let's talk to somebody about hitting CV, hitting website sales. Shawana Thomas, are you out there? I want you to just share that you're a consistent $1,000 a month earner on your doing sales totaling $1,000 every month in your on your website. Can you unmute yourself, Shawana?
Hey.
There you go.
Once again, just like everybody else, I'm a product of the product. Right now, when I first came into the business, I tried to sell like Phyllis. She became a mentor as well as my upline. So she was like, girl, you need to do you and do it like you. She sent me these scripts. So what I did was start doing something called implied sales. So I would be at the beauty shop talking to one person, knowing 6 people is listening to me. They say I talk really loud. So they say I got a Waffle House voice, whatever that means. You at the Waffle House talking. So I would be sitting there talking to somebody like, girl, I'm taking this stuff and it works for menopause. It helped with sex and it helped with this. After that day alone, I did $300 in sales at the hair salon. So implied sales work for me. I keep something in my pocket every time I go somewhere. It could be in my pocket, in my purse. If somebody limping or falling or trip or cough, I have something to sell them. So it actually works. It actually works. Phyllis was like, take it with you, girl. Take it with you. Have some on you at all times. That's right. Like, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with that. But when somebody said, oh, I have knee pain, I said, well, I have something for that. You can actually go to my site if you would like to buy more. Just give them just enough to get by. Don't give them enough, because I was giving out whole containers.
No.
Yeah, and she would say that. She would call and say, don't do that. So after a while, yes, by me being a product of the product, I'm able to explain it from my heart. And then I'm able to sell. But I push everybody to my website. You can buy it. No. You can go to the site. We can do it together. We can pray over it right now, but we gonna go. And after that, my sales, I think I may be at like 94 customers right now. So I do appreciate everything that you do, and thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I just wanted you all to hear that side of the business. And guys, we got a special treat tonight. Coach Dan probably don't know this, but we know that it is Thanksgiving. And we usually do parties all the time, but we have our own mixologist, our chef in the house. And I just want her to share with you a drink that you can use for Thanksgiving before we bring on our VP of training and tells you about the money. And just tell me through the chat, does anybody want to know about the money? I just want to know if anybody put it in the chat. And while you're putting it in the chat, while we're listening to Shannon for no more than 5 minutes, make sure you, if you're a guest on the line, write down who invited you and your name, okay? And so I'm going to spotlight Shannon King. She is not only our mixologist on our parties and our chef, she is also our VP of Business Development at Wakana and one of our distributors. Okay, Shannon, take it away.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my home again. I usually do this on a Monday, but you know, this is a special occasion. Thanksgiving.
You've lost your sound. You've lost your sound.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So I'm going to just take 5 minutes and go through a quick. It's called a Wakana apple sangria recipe. It'll be great for Thanksgiving. I know we're not going to do the large Thanksgivings this year. So this is something that you can make at your home. I have one that is completed and I've been sipping on it. But here are the ingredients really quickly. So what I did is I took a pear and just chopped it up. So I have a pear and then I have an apple. And this is a Honeycrisp apple. You can use Granny Smith. I actually chopped up a Granny Smith apple so that I could have that tart taste to it. But any apple that you prefer would work. And then I have apple cider vinegar. If you can see it right here. I'm sorry, not apple cider vinegar, sorry. Apple cider. You can get organic apple cider or just whatever's at your local grocery store. I just grabbed a white wine and I just grabbed this yellowtail Pinot Grigio and then vodka. I just used Tito's vodka because it's what I had in the house. There's also a pecan vodka that you can use. I didn't go out, so we're gonna put this.
We lost your sound again. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Billy,
okay.
On your job. That must...
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna add the pears. I cut them up, just dice them, and then I'm gonna add some Granny Smith apples and just a couple of Honeycrisp apples. You know, the sangria, you can put orange in it and all of that. Then I'm just gonna add the apple cider vinegar. I'm sorry, I keep saying vinegar. Apple cider. Also, I have some on the stove. You can warm it up if you wanted to put it in a mug and do that. I'm going to then add my vodka. So the combination is just 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Okay, so 1/3 vodka, 1/3 apple cider, and 1/3 wine. So I'm gonna add my wine to that. I don't typically like drinks that are very cold, but you can add your ice to it. And then you're just gonna mix it. And then we're gonna add the our favorite ingredient, which is the Wakana water soluble. Now this is 500 milligrams of CBD in each bottle. And so each drop is what? 1.67 milligrams. So that's just 3 drops to infuse this drink right here to be 5 milligrams. And then you can also use your culinary. Don't forget you guys have culinary oil. It's also 500 milligrams of CBD, full spectrum CBD. So 3 drops of that will also be 5 milligrams, which is more than enough to infuse for 1 serving. So I'm gonna put the water soluble in there. Make sure that you, 2, 3, make sure that you shake it up and make sure that your Wakana water soluble is refrigerated. And then I'm just gonna garnish it with a little, rosemary. and use that to mix it up. And there you go. This is my infused drink, great for the holidays. You can put it in a mug and heat up your apple cider, and then just have something warm and cozy, and a wonderful infused drink. Hope I didn't forget anything. Back to you.
Awesome, Shannon. We really appreciate that, and we love to show the versatility of our CBD because we can cook with it, we can infuse with it, we can tincture with it, we can rub it on us, we can smoke it, we can eat it. I mean, is that not something that everybody knows? That can use. So thank you so much, Shannon. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen because I am going to bring on my business partner, my friend, my nephew. I call them all, I claim them all. And to bring you and tell you about the money. I did see some comments. They wanted to know about the money. Coach Dan, are you out there?
I am with you. Hey, TT Phyllis, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Dan. Glad you could join us.
Absolutely. Glad to be here. This has been amazing. I want to just give it up to our future diamond in the making, none other than Minister Mooney. Thank you, man. Of course, you're doing a fantabulous job. And all of those that are just really working hard, that is grinding to not only help people live a healthier life, but also help people live a wealthier life. And to our midwife, Phyllis Nash, and wow, you are absolutely amazing. And so I am just super happy to be your nephew, your business partner, Pastor Dan, and all those other things. But listen, you guys, when we do these moments, we understand that we're talking to three people. Every time we come together, we're coming together and we're talking to three people. The first person we're talking to is one of our most valuable assets of our company, and that's the customer. That's that person that says, listen, I want to go to sleep at night because insomnia is keeping me awake. That's that person that says, I got pain in my knees, my back. I need a little bit of pain relief. That's that person that's saying, you know what? I want to be able to chill out. I want to get some mobility. I want to bring my body in balance. That is our customer. And then we have that person that says, you know what, you guys are giving a lot of information in a short period of time, and I got some questions. And we, you know what, we appreciate those questions. And so that's the second person. Then the third person is that person that says, show me the money. I'm ready to get started. How can I be down with such a wonderful movement? I want to be like Felicia. I want to sit there in the Zoom, making calls and making money within that hour. How can I be down? That's my girl. You my new friend, Felicia Clark. And so this is what we're going to do. The first person we said is the customer. As you can see, we got some amazing products, organic products with no pesticides and all of that stuff in it that's going to help you become healthier. And listen, then that second person that got questions, don't worry about it. You got questions, we got answers. Just connect with the person that invited you. She'll set you up with a three-way call with Phyllis, myself, or anyone else, one of our leaders, and we'll be more than happy to facilitate those questions that you have. And then come on, drum roll. Let's get started. How do I earn money? How can I get paid? How can I earn extra income? Well, I'm here to tell you there is 7 ways to get paid with Wakana. We have the right compensation plan. There's 7 ways to earn some money. And let's look at it real quick. The first way is our online dispensary. Then we have the retail sales. We have the shared wealth pool. We have broker earnings. We have broker overrides, car allowance, and free trips. And what we are all super pumped up about right now is that founders revenue pool. 7 ways for you to get paid. Now, everything starts right here with the full crown jewel dispensary. That's right. For just $9.98, you will get a $2,000 value of a full crown jewel dispensary that will have our party plan pack. It will have 2 Wakana certifications. It will position you to earn a couple of $100 every time you help somebody else open up their own dispensary, and much more. Here it is. Y'all see, we having fun with this party. I'm gonna go get me some apple cider and make me one of those drinks that Shannon made. But here's the deal. You could have a money infusing with edibles. You can have a CBD fitness. I've never made that. Well, we won't even talk about that. I mean, you can have a CBD puff party. We have all of the recipes for champagne gummies, my favorite, Frosé mocktail, berry cosmos. We're going to provide you all of the menus, all of the scripts, everything you need to throw a wonderful, wonderful Wakana party. That's right. That all comes with your full Crown Jewel dispensary pack. And then this is what's important. This is essential. With that full Crown Jewel, I told you you're going to get 2 certifications. Well, what is certifications? We want to make certain that you know exactly what you're talking about. You heard Pastor Carol Harris say one of the things that brought her on board, someone that was really not trying to touch the cannabis and CBD space, is understanding 2 things. Understanding the brand of who we are as a company, understanding the product, and then now understanding the industry. And you learn all of that with this Wakana certification. You'll get your social media marketing, how to build a customer base, CBD 101. Listen, you're telling people what to put in their body. We need you to know what you're talking about, right? And then you'll learn how to be in compliance. And lastly, but definitely not least, you learn how to be compensated with this company. And I'm telling you, it is awesome. You've heard somebody say already, I'm actually making money in this company. Yes, we are making money. Y'all know that guy, Bob Kiyosaki, from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He says the richest people in the world, they look for and build networks. Everyone else is looking for work. Listen, I want to tell you, the key to success is helping other people become successful. And every time you help someone else open up their own dispensary, there's a $200 bonus for the person you personally help. And then every person they help, you to also get an override. It is absolutely phenomenal. And guess what? The greater your network, the greater your net worth. Now, you may say, hey, listen, I'm not really ready for the $9.98, but we have the Get Start Pack. That's right. They call them our starter packs. It's a $500 value with $200 worth of retail products in it. And you will get 1 certification. Instead of getting the 2, you'll get the 1 certification. But guess what? You still get $40 for every time you help somebody, and you're going to get paid overrides down, paid up to 7 levels deep. I'm telling you, this is something phenomenal. And everybody, we got a spot for everybody to get started with Wakana. Now, there it is. That's what we were just talking about, that $40 override. As you're helping other people, you too will get paid for helping somebody else. Now, here's another way you get paid. You get paid through your online dispensary. And you not only get paid, but you get paid up to 50%, in your online dispensary. So what that means, as you're talking about it, as you're sampling the product, as you're selling the product, you're telling people to go to your website. And every time that happens, you're going to earn up to 50%, which includes cash and product. Isn't that powerful? That means you're going to make money while you sleep. While you sleep, you'll hear a ding, ding. That means somebody just went on your site and they ordered some product. Y'all know this gentleman. He's one of my colleagues. Yes, he's one of my colleagues. None other than Warren Buffett. He is one of the wealthiest guys on the planet, and he himself is investing right now in 3 different multi-level marketing companies. And the reason why he's doing it is because he believes in the system. What are you talking about? Remember, I told you that every time somebody go to your website and order product, you will earn up to 50% of the CV of that particular product. Guess what? Every time someone goes to somebody's website that you sponsored, you'll earn 15%, and you will also get paid up to 7 levels deep and overrides every time people are going to the site. This is absolutely amazing. Let's go to the next slide. This is our broker retail. Then we have what we call our shared wealth pool, our 4% shared wealth pool. So what that simply means is as you're navigating through building your company, you're going to get your share of 4% of the wealth pool that's going to be paid out on a monthly basis. And once you reach diamond, not if you, but once you reach diamond, not only will you get your share of that 4%, but you're also going to get an additional 2% reserved for those that have reached $100,000 within 1 calendar month. And of course, that third rule applies. We won't bore you with that. That just simply means you have to have 3 different legs that is getting it done. But that's a maximum of up to 6%, you guys, of the wealth pool, just as part of our compensation pack. Don't forget, you get cars and all of that stuff. Car allowance, not cars, car allowance. Miss Phyllis moved too fast. Car allowance. Now we're done. Now here's the deal. How do you get started? How do you get started? 3 ways to get started. Number 1 is the full Crown Jewel dispensary. That's $9.98. Number 2, get started with the Get Started pack, which is $199. Or number 3, for those of you that says, hey, you guys, I want to get started, but I'm not there yet, we'll allow you to test drive it for 30 days. That means absolutely free. It's only one catch. And it's not really a catch. We want you to be educated in what you're talking about. So within that 30 days, within that 30 days, we need you to be certified. And that certification is $199 within that 30 days. All right?
Hold on. Okay.
Now, here's the deal. Right now, this is what everybody's getting excited about. What I just talked to you about is that's part of our everyday way to get paid with Wakanda. But when we talk about that founders shared pool, here it is. It is our founders pack. And we are launching, we've already started pre-launch. You missed that. We are right now in this coming Black Friday weekend, November 28th, November 27th, through Cyber Monday, you will have an opportunity to get into the Founding Members Club. And what that simply means is this: you will be able to get 2 shares, a max of 2 shares of 1% of the gross revenue paid to you on a quarterly basis as a founding member. I'm gonna say that again. You have an opportunity. Listen to the words. An opportunity to get 2 shares of 1% of the gross revenue to be paid to you on a quarterly basis through our Founders Members Pack. Now, that pack is $1,599.95 plus tax. And then that's on Black Friday. And then after that, it's going to go up $100. And you see all of the things you get with it. You get the 10-pack of broad spectrum. You get 6 of those. You get 6 10-packs of the new power gummies, my favorite. You get 4 15-milliliter power and premiums. You get 8 new 10 milliliters of the CBD liquid relief rollerball. You get another 4 15 milliliters of the empowered hair. And then you get 8 1 gram of pre-rolls. Let me tell you, for me, I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but it's the truth, because fair market value is market is fair. 8 1 gram pre-rolls. I was out buying a car and sold 3 of them for $60. That's what he wanted to pay. I wanted to get paid. And so I'm telling you, you get all of these products that you can either sample, sell, or utilize. And that's not it, you guys. You get $200 cash back, as well as an additional $200 in loyalty points. That's $400 in cash and points that's coming back to you that will drop this pack down to $11.99. And then it also pays to the sponsor $100 in cash back and $100 in loyalty points. This is absolutely amazing. And let me tell you this. You may say, well, I really don't have the money right now, but I want to get this pack. You can do it. Put 50% down, get your pack, and pay the balance by the end of the year. Now, who should get this pack? if anyone that started as a free test drive, a stimulus dispensary owner, millennial dispensary, a personal dispensary, all of the new distributors, this pack is for you. This is the pack you want to get. And if you want to get a second pack, that means instead of 1 share, you want to get 2 shares. That second pack is cut in half to $799.95. And also you're going to get 50% of what's in the first initial founders pack. Now, for those of you that says, hey, I'm already a full Crown Jewel dispensary owner, guess what? There's perks already being in the game, or I'm already an existing founder, as many of us are. Here is a unique opportunity. For our existing founders, you too can get 2 packs. So that means that now, instead of you having 1 share from last year, you're going to be able to have 2 shares, which is a total of 3 shares. And it's only $799 for our existing Crown Jewel members and our existing founders. If you're an existing Crown Jewel member and you're not an existing founder, then once again, the max that you can receive is 2 packs. Again, you're going to get 50% of everything we discussed earlier, and as well as instead of the $200 cash back and $200 in loyalty points, you'll get $100 cash back and $100 loyalty points. And then you will also, for the sponsor, they will receive 50 cash and 50 loyalty points. All right. Now, let's talk about the Royal Defense. Let's talk about our safety kit. And can I tell you, with the times that we are in right now, we need to do everything possible to maintain safety. I am one of them. I was exposed to COVID. My son was exposed to it. By the grace of God, we made it through, and I had a pretty bad strand. And so now I don't function as if I can't get it. I function as if I don't want it. And the way to do that is to arm yourself with the necessity that you need in order to protect yourself. So we have the safety kit, which is your hand sanitizer, your disposable mask, your hard surface cleaner, and the vegetable cleaner. Absolutely wonderful. And then if you want the deluxe, we have the deluxe safety kit. That's the 4 hand sanitizers, disposable mask, the hard surface cleaner, the vegetable cleaner, the First Defense nasal spray. I'm telling you, I'm one that deals with my nasal, getting those passageways getting congested, and that First Defense nasal spray, it clears you out. I'm telling you, it is absolutely wonderful. The peppermint spray and the black seed oil. This, everybody you know need to have this.
Awesome. And so guys, Dan, you did a phenomenal job. You just tore it up as you always do. You made it plain and simple, and we are a little over. Guys, these Royal Defense safety kits are essential right now. There shouldn't be a home that does not have 1, 2, or 3. Our basic pack goes for $39.95. These are on the site now. You can go there and purchase it. When we first announced it the other night, they flew off the shelves. The Lux safety kit is $88.95. And so on Monday at 7, you invite your guests and hear about all the phenomenal specials we're going to have leading up until Black Friday. Black Friday November was our biggest year month by far. We did more than we ever have, close to $400,000. And I want to let you guys know, we have far exceeded that by now. Our goal for this month is $1 million. And just think about it. Only last year we had 4 days. To become a founder with what kind of means to be able to share in the gross revenue of the entire company, to share in that 1 share of the gross revenue. Now, I just want you to put it in perspective. If they had asked you to be able to be a founder at Amazon and to be able to share in 1% of the gross revenue of the company paid out quarterly, and when they were less than 2 years old, and now they do, I think, about $84 billion a year. Would you have said no? or would you have said, heck yes, I want to share in that? Well, that's the opportunity that you have with the Founders Pack. So I'm going to let you have it back, Dan, to close us out. And then on 8 o'clock on Monday, we'll have our regular corporate virtual party open to distributors as well as guests.
All right. Listen, this has been absolutely amazing. I know we gave you a lot of information. Here's what I want you to do. The person that invited you, I want you to connect back with them. Number one, be polite and say thank you for this opportunity. And then the second thing I want you to do is let them know which number you are. Are you a 1? I want to be a customer. Are you a 2? Do you have some questions? Are you a 3? I want to get started. To not get started in this moment with the founding members pack is an epic mistake. And the reason why is because we don't do, this is not something you'll have access to on next Tuesday, the Tuesday after Black Friday or Cyber Monday. This is right now. And I'm telling you, this is one of the fastest growing African-American companies in this space. And you want to get vested in it while the vesting is good at the rate that it is right now. And with that being said, I know good business sense. I'm gonna get 25% return every time I invest in a Founders Pack. I wish y'all let me get more than that. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless you. Good night. Prosper.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget about Monday.
Good night.